Chapman guitars. The guitars of YouTube, and the guitars that popularized artists starting their own guitar companies. Sometimes it worked really well, like with Solar guitars. And sometimes it didn't.
Wait till you see the... No.
What I have here is an original Chinese ML1 from 2009 and a first run Korean ML1 from 2012. Let's compare and review them. For the most part, these guitars are very similar in specs. Both have ridiculously heavy mahogany bodies, with ebony fretboards and maple necks. They both have bolt-on necks with 22 nickel frets and infinity inlays on the 12th fret. A real bonus is the branded hardware, Grover tuners and Wilkinson trems. Stock, the pickups are cheaper no-name pickups. However, I've changed one of the pickups out in the Korean guitar for a Seymour Duncan. We'll get into why a little bit later in the video. The Korean model is a reissue, but it has some changes that make it different in comparison to the original. The guitar has a 3-piece maple neck as opposed to a single-piece maple neck, arguably making it more stable. The guitar improved on ergonomics by incorporating an easier access neck heel, and taking inspiration from a popular modification done to the originals, the top was sanded off to reveal the 2-piece mahogany body. The pickups were also different. The guitar came loaded with a Guitar Navor Chapman humbucker and 2 True Victory Chapman single coils. The nut on the original is bone, but the reissue got an upgraded tusk nut. It seems to keep tuning well even while using the tremolo, but the nut has yellowed over the years, though it seems to be quite common with these. The kill switch from the original was not on the reissue due to them breaking in some guitars. However, I've not run into that problem and mine still works fine. The Wilkinson tremolos are probably my favourite thing about these guitars. I really like these trems as they stay in tune and provide a really nice mix of vintage and modern features. At the time of release, the original Chapman ML1 was amazing value for money. They retailed for just £199, and for that the specifications are great. It was the Harley Benton before Harley Benton. The Korean reissue saw a price increase. They retailed for £369, but for the change in factory and upgraded specs, that's understandable. These guitars then went up in price again, however, retailing for around the £450 mark, and were later discontinued. Both guitars also came with gig bags, which is a nice bonus. The original is just a standard bag, but the Korean bag is really nice and feels very premium. Currently, no Chapmans come with gig bags, and only the premium guitars come with cases. So the guitars play pretty good and have some good features. It's time for the demo. For this one, I'm using a Victory Kraken through a Zilla Super Fatboy with 2 Celestion K100s, mic'd with a 57 clone. Remember that what you hear on YouTube can change dramatically from what you'd hear in the room, so please keep that in mind and don't let what you hear dictate what you think about the guitars. As with nearly every guitar, there's going to be some negatives, so let's talk about the ones with these. As I mentioned earlier, these guitars are very heavy. In particular the Chinese ML1. It's the heaviest guitar I've ever picked up, and I've picked up a lot. Now I know mahogany isn't known for being light, but I have a suspicion that part of what makes this guitar so heavy is the moisture content. I strongly doubt the wood was dried out properly before it was built, and if you plan on playing one live, your back will pay the price for that. As far as the pickups go, the original ML1 was designed to be modded, so it was fitted with the cheapest pickups they could get. But surprisingly, the pickups hold their own and sound pretty good. That can't be said, however, for the Korean ML1. I think it's kind of funny how the pickups that were intended to be replaced were decent, but the ones designed by Chapman weren't good at all. I replaced the Guitar Navor with the Duncan JB, and that's because the original pickup was lifeless and so muddy, it just had to go. I think Chapman agreed, as in the batches after the one this guitar came from, different pickups were used. The Guitar Navor is no more, and I'm very thankful for that. Resale wise, out of all the Chapman guitars in existence, the only one I've found that you can break even on, or sometimes make a profit on, is the original Chinese ML1. The rest, including the Korean ML1, have low resale value. In fact, some of the lowest I've seen for an established guitar brand. It all boils down to one question. Are these guitars worth the money? And in my opinion, yes. These guitars are good for the original retail price and are even better now on the second-hand market. I'm not a very big Chapman fan anymore, but if you had your heart set on a Chapman, I would suggest these. All you need to do is compare the Grover tuners and Wilkinson bridges to the no-name die-cast tuners and bridges on the current standard line that's double the price. These guitars are a pretty clear winner in my book. This has been an independent review. I bought the guitars myself and I'm giving my own honest opinion. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, and if you'd like to see more reviews in this style, consider subscribing. That's all from me, thanks, and I'll see you next time.